interrupting the Oscars to talk about sleep. How exciting is that? Happy Sunday, everybody. I have messy hair today, but that's okay. I wanted to pop on today, because earlier in the week on my Instagram page, which is called Balance by Julie, in case you don't follow me, and I posted this post about the benefits of magnesium and when it came to sleep, of course, and everybody went cray cray. So I'm here to talk about magnesium, but I'm particularly here to talk about my 5 best tips for a better night's sleep, because I know a lot of you struggle with sleep and there can be a lot going on, especially if you are a woman, and particularly if you're a woman who is like ambitious, career driven, lots going on. Even more complicated if you're 40 plus. I will tell you that. And I don't know, I'm going to make a note to talk about that specifically, because I know a lot of you are in that category, including myself, and I will talk about it, address it a little bit. But listen, let's talk about why sleep is important in the first place. I know you all know it's beneficial because you hear certain people, including myself, talk about it, but at the end of the day, do we really know why we need good sleep? Besides being focused and vibrant and energetic, what else, right? Think about it. If we have only 24 hours in a day, I guess, and 6 to 8 hours, maybe 7, 8, 9 hours, depends on the person. It's the only time you have to rest. It's an important time for, obviously, our body to rest, cells to regenerate, our hormones to get healthy, all of those things. But we know for a fact that if we are not sleeping adequately, that it has an impact on our health, namely our weight, of course. If you are a woman who struggles with maintaining a healthy weight and you know your sleep is crap, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not getting regular sleep, you know that there can be a direct correlation to that. So a lot of you are here because you're wanting to have healthy weight, lose weight, whatever that case may be. So I want you to know that sleep can definitely contribute to your inability to lose weight and your ability to gain weight. So take it for what that is. Obviously, it's connected to our heart health. It's just a long list of things that are important, okay? So I am going to give you what I call, it's my 5 best tips, but one big thing for me is sleep hygiene. And this is where most women get it wrong. They think that they have to, just try and get their 8 hours of sleep and that'll do it. But that's not the case. One of the things that is so important in my home, and keep in mind, it's just me and another person, my husband, I don't have kids, but he knows that my sleep hygiene is number 1. And he's in there with me. His isn't the best, but he respects he respects my wishes in so much that it's, he knows that it's beneficial for me. So here is the first tip. It's so important for you to create a calming environment 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. And the reason for that is, obviously, just from an energetic standpoint, what we want to do is tell our nervous system that we are going to bed soon. And what will also happen, I'm going to give you more tips along that line, is that we want to help produce melatonin. So we want like our cortisol, which is our stress hormone, to soften. And then we want that sleep hormone called melatonin to increase. And so if we are constantly moving and we have lights happening everywhere, we've got lots of noise, we're on our computers, we're on our TV, all of those things are going to disrupt the production of melatonin. So what I do is 1 to 2 hours before bed, I start my sleep rituals, as I call them. And it depends on what's happening. Of course, every day is different, but for the most part, I'm in bed by 9:30, like sleeping. And you're probably going, you are crazy. But I also get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so that's why. But basically, when you decide when you're going to get up in the morning, you just want to set your clock back 8 hours, right? That's ideal amount of time that most of us need to sleep. I'm about a 7.5 hour type person, but you may be more, you may be less. So 1 to 2 hours before that time that you're supposed to go to bed is the time that you want to start creating these rituals. So for me, what happens is I obviously set my clothes aside. I dim the lights. I then take a hot bath, all of those things that help me to relax and get my body prepared for sleep. Think about it. If you're not doing that, if you're constantly doing things, you're on your computer, whatever it may be, your body is not telling itself to start get ready to sleep. It's like it's telling itself to get into high drive. So then if you just decide to jump into bed and try to sleep and you can't sleep, you kind of know why. Your body is is on a different road than what I think your mind wants to be. So just think about what those rituals will be for you. It could be reading a book. It could be a hot bath. It could just be putting your clothes out. It could be listening to a meditative music. It could be listening to a podcast that's maybe not too stimulating. It could be reading a magazine, any of those things. It could be just having a chat with your husband in bed or other things, whatever that may be. Whatever it is to create that calming environment that you need. 1 to 2 hours before bed. The other thing, and I alluded to this already, is that you need to start going to bed at the same time every day and waking up at the same time every morning as much as you possibly can. I understand on weekends or days off, you may want to sleep in a little bit, but don't go too crazy. I call it a social hangover when we go to bed at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. and we get those 7 or 8 hours sleep. We're waking up at the same time, and then the weekend comes around and we toss that out the window and we sleep in, we stay up late, and then Sunday night comes around and it's a struggle. And then it's a struggle to get up in the morning. Tell me if you feel that way. Weekends are for warriors for sure, but then Monday comes around and we're struggling. Does that resonate with you all? Let me know in the comments. So it's really important that even on the weekends, we're trying to go to bed, within an hour time frame of that normal window that we would normally during the week. And that's sacred to me. I know it's crazy. Friday night, you're going to bed at 10. Okay, maybe not 10, but 10:30, 11. But that's how it is, because it's important for me to get proper, adequate sleep, because that's when I'm going to be at my best. I've got good energy. My focus is great. My hormones are balanced. My weight is balanced, all of those things. So bear that in mind, going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time. And obviously on weekends, I understand other things are happening, but it's really important to still try and honor that within a certain amount of time. So here's the other thing. Dim your lights in the evening. So once 8 o'clock rolls around in my house, the lights are turned off as much as possible, and it's just maybe some light lamps. I know a lot of people that actually put red light bulbs into their lights at night. So it's not something I do myself because it's a pain in the butt, but I know a lot of people who find that highly beneficial. So what we want to do is reduce the blue light in the house and those fluorescent lights in the house too as well. So that means dimming the lights, maybe taking off the lights as much as you possibly can, getting off your computer, getting off your phone. I know it sucks, but it works. And what I do is, I don't have them here with me, is I have blue blocker glasses. So if I have to be on my phone, maybe an hour-ish before bed, which does happen for me in my business, then I have blue blocker glasses on. And there's a couple that you can get depending on what you're looking at. I won't get too complicated, but even James, my husband, has a pair. So if he's reading or he's on his phone, he is using that, because naturally we're reading, we have a light on. And so really that blue light is disruptive to melatonin production. Again, that stress hormone that we want to boost at night. And so blue light is very disruptive to that in the evening. Now, it's fine during the day when we want to be awake and alert, but not so good in the evening. So If you can't turn them off, then invest in a really good pair of blue blocker glasses. Easy to find on Amazon. I have multiple pairs. They're very fashionable. So if you're wanting to make sure that you still look good and cool, there's some great options out there. The other thing that I recommend a lot of my clients to do as well, and this is what I call like a ninja move, like total ninja sleep move. So we're always focused about what we want to do in the evenings with the sleep hygiene and the rituals and the blue blocker glasses, but what do you do during the day that could help benefit our sleep at night? And that is taking, a 10 to 15 minute walk outside, rain or shine, cloudy, sunny. And the reason why is that also helps to align our bodies with our circadian rhythm, which is our sleep and awake not sleep and awake response, but it's the rhythm of our bodies as we wake up and as we go to bed, right? Day and night. So daytime, we want to boost things like our cortisol, which is our stress hormone, and boost our circadian rhythm. And at night, we want to obviously calm ourselves down and boost melatonin. But what is essential is getting that full spectrum light. As you can see, I got lots of light in here. We want to boost that during the day. So it's really important that if you are stuck in an office all day, that you get your ass outside and get some full spectrum light for at least 10, 15 minutes a day. And that's what's going to help balance ourselves throughout the day and into the evening. One of the other things, another ninja move that I have is I invested, let's see if I could pull it out, in a Happy Light. This you can get on Amazon too as well. I'm trying to show it to you. And there it is. And when I wake up at 5 in the morning and I come to my office here and I do some work, I plug in this light, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it's really bright. And that's what I will have going in the morning, because I have a very hard time getting outside during the day just based on my job, and my office has no light. It's all fluorescence. So I make sure I get that boost right in the morning. And if I can get a wellness walk in during the day, I do. Rain or shine. Literally, I will go snow, rain or shine. It's so important. Whether the light's out there or not, it's really beneficial for our bodies, helps to help support our hormones, all of those things, and will benefit us at the end of the day. I also recommend keeping a nice cool room when you're sleeping. I always find that really helpful. I know a lot of you ladies have really low body temp and you get colds and you want to jack up that heat. I prefer that you keep that room cool, like a good 20, 21 degrees, and then just put some socks on if you need, or some really good blankets, of course, and you'll find that really helpful. You actually burn more calories while you're sleeping in a cooler room. And another ninja move is to sleep naked. You boost more calories naturally that way. Bet you didn't know that. There's your hot tip of the day. So the other thing, let's talk about magnesium. So I talked this week on my Instagram, if you're not on there, it's Balance by Julie. And I was talking about the benefits of magnesium for sleep. So magnesium is a mineral, and it's got hundreds of benefits to our body. One of those things is that it's like the calming mineral, and a lot of women find it really beneficial to take magnesium for sleep. If you're constipated, magnesium will help. If your hormones are a little awry, magnesium is a really supportive hormone. If you have a lot of stress in your life, magnesium is amazing. Most women are deficient in magnesium, so we have to supplement with it. So I have a few options. If you're not into pills, this is magnesium citrate. I use a couple different types of magnesium, but this is one of them. Really inexpensive supplement to buy, and every woman should take it. And you can find this at your Whole Foods or whatever natural food store that you would have. Again, really inexpensive. The other option is, I love Natural Calm. I have two types here. One is for a calmful sleep, specific for sleep, and it's just got, I would assume, L-theanine and melatonin. So melatonin is that sleep hormone I talked about. You can get it in a supplement. And I take this from time to time. It's got L-theanine in here, which is also a calming supplement. And then obviously magnesium. So I take this sometimes before bed. And then you can also take this at night too as well. I prefer supplementing with the pill because I take 2 at lunch and 2 in the evening. So I know I'm getting the most of it. Sometimes kind of hard to remember to take this every night. Sometimes you don't want to drink too much liquid before bed. But this is a really great thing to have if you just want something warm at night that tastes really good, and that's going to help you with it. Lots of women ask me, what types of magnesium should I take? Citrate and bisglycinate are the 2 that I take. I take citrate when I'm not on my cycle, and I take bisglycinate when I'm on my cycle because it actually helps with cramps and things like that. The other thing about magnesium that is beneficial if you're not pooping every day, how many women, I mean, I don't know if any of you will raise your hand, but how many women don't poop every day? If you're not pooping every day, you are not detoxing. You're not getting rid of waste. So many things. Magnesium is life-changing if you are constipated. So I think this is 150 mils, if I'm right. So I take 2 at lunch and then 2 with dinner before bed. Really helps with keeping you regular. If you are constipated and you start taking this, let me know if you see the benefits, please. The other thing is if you don't take magnesium now and you start to, there are some, what do you call that? Side effects, just so you know. You may get like diarrhea in the morning, but it is temporary. It's just not diarrhea, I shouldn't call it diarrhea, but just like loose stools. So just be wary of that. So sometimes I just tell women to take half that dose and build up. Just to keep that in mind. I don't want you to be worried if that happens and then think that that's not the right thing for you. It's just that your body's getting used to it. So those are my tips. I think it was more than 5, but it's really just about creating a healthier sleep hygiene. So creating rituals that are going to create a calming environment for you 1 to 2 hours before bed. You want to have a regular sleep and awake cycle. So going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time every day. So when your weekends come around, you can adjust that maybe by an hour or so, but just know that there's so many benefits because your body loves consistency and it adapts to it really quickly. Creating, a little bit more darkness in the evening so that your body knows it starts to prepare itself for sleep. It starts creating melatonin, our sleep hormone that's essential for our sleep. Trying to get some light during the day is really important, especially if you're like me and you're stuck in an office and you see no light for 8 hours. Really important to get out there and get some full spectrum light or invest in a happy light like I showed you. A nice cool room is really helpful, 21 degrees and sleeping naked, maybe some socks on, some good blankets. And then, as I told you, my friends, magnesium is your friend and it's got far more benefits than just sleep. Really helpful. So let me know if you have any questions. If you are catching this replay, if you have any questions, pop them in the message box because I can answer those questions afterwards. So I hope you found that really beneficial. Here is to a better night's sleep. Just pick 1 or 2 of these healthy habits to incorporate this week. Don't think that you need to incorporate them all. I will tell you, one of the biggest successes that I get with the women that I work with is just starting small. I gave you 5 tips. Take 1 or 2, implement them this week. Let me know how your life is impacted because of it, and then add on from there. That's my tip on top of those tips. Okay, have a great weekend. It's Oscar night, so let's get ready for that. See you soon. Bye.